Hello, it's week 6. Um, Welcome. And you have now completed an outline, your first full essay, and your second outline. That's incredible. We're halfway there. So I don't have a lot more to share on the process of as far as how the essay is structured, how your outlines are structured. You have been given all the information, and if you ever feel stuck, you can always go back and watch previous videos. You can always email me. But a couple things now, like for the next few weeks, I'm just going to pick a few items to share with you that can help kind of tweak your essay um, and your sections as you begin to develop more skills. So now you already have that foundation of what information goes in each section. And so now today I want to talk about paraphrasing and how that can help you if you choose to use it. Just going over a little bit about APA format and signal phrasing, making sure your in-text citations are accurate and up to the APA 7th edition standards. So first, I want to go ahead and share with you the essay that I am, that's it, where's it? Maybe it's right here. Where'd it go? Oh goodness. Where is it? Okay, be patient with me. Here it is. Sorry about that. I had it all set up. Anyways, okay, so this is the essay that I have for this week. It's what I learned when I became a police officer's spouse. This student got 3 credits for their essay. It's great. So as we scroll down here, hope I don't make anyone dizzy. Here it is, abstract. I just kind of wanted to go over the content that really maximizes the credit that you're looking for, because abstract concepts and generalizations, this section is what, where your credit is really solidified here. And so I'm just going to kind of break down the 3 things that I recommend that you have is, a solid LO that has a method and a concept, right? So her method of meeting other people's needs, right? Her method is fulfilling her own needs. Now, this is fulfilling my own needs question, I would say, is like, how do you fulfill needs? And she chose to keep it more broad, which is fine because she explains in the support how to fulfill her own needs first. So yeah, there's 2 ways you can play that. You can, keep it a little bit more general and really explain in your support how that happens, or you could make a very specific LO and say, in order, I learned that making a list is key to fulfilling my own needs, or something like that. Okay. But I do like how she wrote this out. And so here you can see, right, we've been working on the general tone, right? Our experience is not included in this section. And she also does a great job of using a credible source that focuses on her method. So here's a piece that I want to share. If you are going to use a credible source to back you up, make sure it's backing up your method, because the faculty aren't looking for you to back up the concepts. They already know that they're college level concepts. Your professionalism, right? You're a profession. What am I trying to say? You have the knowledge that your method works, right? The faculty don't. That's what you're trying to solidify and get credit for, is that the method to achieve this college level concept is valid. And so that is what you are backing up, right? So you want to see that in your support, and you want to explain to the faculty why your method is key, is significant, is important to achieve this college level concept. And that's where you can use a credible source to back you up. And she does that here by saying personal growth, right? Identify your needs, right? And she's focusing on her method to back up her claim. So if one or more of these needs aren't met, you're not in a place to be able to help other people, right? So these 5 basic needs are love, security, competence, control, and positive emotions. And she says, a simple way to figure out what needs still need to be fulfilled is to write down the things that are bothering or worrying you. And from there, you can make a plan. Like, she's really breaking it down on how you can identify those needs, what needs to be fulfilled, it's so that you can help others. And that's what she chooses to focus on, is explaining her method and why it's important to achieving her concept of you need to be able to take care of yourself in order to take care of others. So those are the 3 things that I really like to include in an LO, is like the method, and to the concept, right? Your LO structure, the general explanation of why your method is important to the concept, and then 3, either using a credible source, which really solidifies your writing, your idea, or you can come up with a hypothetical example, like saying, for example, and giving a specific scenario. You can make it up, but just really being able to illustrate your thought process, and it helps readers connect to your writing. So that's what I recommend for each LO when you are creating your abstract generalizations and concepts support. Okay. So the other piece I wanted to show you is citations. So I have noticed in a lot of essays, students write direct quotes constantly, or even like block quotes, which are huge. I don't recommend them. And I don't recommend direct quotes unless you cannot say it any better or it's really short. The reason being is that it's important for you to explain your thought process, share your thought process. The faculty don't want to hear from a credible source in all their writing. They want to hear from you and how you process what you read. And that really solidifies the cold model also to them. They're understanding this critical thinking that's happening, that you are using your brain and being able to process information and then regurgitate what you understood. So first off, APA in-text citations, you need to have at least the author's last name and the date of publication, and a location if it's a direct quote. If it's a summary or paraphrase, they like you to give like a general area that you kind of found your information, but it's not required. But definitely the author's last name right here and the year it is published. And you can have the author's last name, date of publication, and the location separate, but you cannot have the author's last name and the date of publication separate. They always go together. So wherever, the order that you create your quote, if you just want to have like a quote and then have the author's name, that's fine. But the date, the publication date, has to be right next to the author's last name. So see right here, they also do it like this. And give you a different example, but these two are always together. Author's last name, date of publication. And they're showing you how to give, this is a great, Al Purdue APA 7th edition. You can Google that. It's great basic information. Here's how they show to do a block quote. Again, I don't recommend it because even though you have 8 to 10 pages, you don't have a lot of room to just add big chunks of block quote, because the goal is for you to share your thought process. And if you're taking up this space for other people's information, you're not able to share your thought process, and that's really what the faculty is looking for. So summary or paraphrase, like I said, does not need to have the location. It can just have, according to Jones, and here's, in my own words, what I think, or you can have in my own words and then have all three in there. And what's also great about a summary or paraphrase is that it's less robotic and choppy, because I know I've heard a few people say that it's really hard to use in-text citations because it feels like it's breaking up my work. But if you're using a summary or paraphrase, you are able to still keep your own words, which has the same flow, and you're just giving credit to the author. So one, it helps in the flow of your writing, but two, it's also, you're still using your own words. You're processing somebody else's information and transforming it into your own words and still giving them credit. Now, last quick thing, if you give, I guess I can stop my screen. If you start it in one paragraph at the very beginning and you are using someone else's words, you give them credit and you talk a little bit, and then at the end of the paragraph you want to reiterate something he says, you don't have to add another in-text citation with the same author's last name in one paragraph. If you bring up the author again later with his ideas or thoughts or hers, you have to do the in-text citation all over again. But within one paragraph, you do not have to repeat the in-text citation for the author's last name. So that's my last bit of information. I hope that helps as you are beginning your essay number 2. And that is what I have for week 6. So have a great evening or day if you are watching this during the day. And email me, contact me, Zoom, and let me know how I can support you as you are writing your second essay, right? 2 out of 3 essays almost done. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.